Stephen, we'll just talk about the Scottish Cup first of all. What does it represent for you this season? Is it a break from the league, a chance to pick up form, a chance to rest players, or is it something that you feel you can go really far in?
Yeah, I think a bit of all that. You said that when we come in, we want to do well in the cup. I mean, that's no. We'll make no secret of that. We want to be doing as well as we can. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to the club, the fans. You know, it's something that we want to do well in. Maybe not have done as well as we could have in the recent times. So, yeah, it's a chance for us to progress.
Do you feel that it is also a chance for you to get a win under your belt and pick up form that you could then take back into the league?
Yeah, of course. I mean, every week's the same with that. Every week's that's going to be the case every single weekend, and that won't change this week. It's going to be a difficult game. It's going to be a game where, if ever a game's going to test your mentality, your application, your attitude, it's going to be this game here. So we need to make sure we've done a lot of work. You know, they've been absolutely not underestimating our opponents at all, and it's drilling home that message of those attributes that we need to take into the game. Before we speak about talent and ability, we need to make sure our mentality is right and going into the game with the right approach.
What will you expect from Arbroath as well? Getting a bit cold could be a tough.
Yeah, it's tough to replicate the conditions that we might see at the weekend. It's obviously going to be testing conditions, and it's not going to be a nice summer's day at Fir Park. It's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very different from that, and we need to be ready for that. Again, it's a test of mentality and character before we speak about football and stuff like that. It's that's going to be number one. Determine who's going to come out on top on Saturday.
What are your memories of the Scottish Cups to play?
Yeah, mixed. Done well a few seasons, done not so well, but mixed. Like I said, it's been too long since we had that success. It's very, very difficult, as everyone knows. It's a very difficult cup to do well and be successful with, but we need to give it everything we've got while we're in it.
Is it something that you feel, having had such a long career at Motherwell, now as the manager, it's something that you would almost like to put right, give the team, the fans, a real long cup run? Yeah,
absolutely. And we said that from the start. We'll take it as serious as we can. We want to do well in it. It's important to the club. It means a lot to the fans, and it means a lot to me personally. So yeah, we'll make no mistake that we want to do well.
It's like, I don't know if you were involved at all, but maybe just before you broke into the team, but the Motherwell played Arbroath up there and banded at half time with the win. Was that the year?
I think I was in the squad. It was Andy Gorham was the goalkeeper and hitting goal kicks and then catching them and stuff like that. I think I was in and about it at that time, but hopefully it's not quite at that level yet. I mean, some of the clips we've shown the players this week and what we've looked at, it's been similar. You know, keepers hitting goal kicks well into the opposition half, and then it puts the brakes on and then it ends up back in your 18-yard box. So we understand it's not going to be a perfect day. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a challenge. Hopefully not as bad as that, but yeah, we're aware that it's not going to be a nice summer day with beautiful conditions, and we need to be prepared for that.
Obviously, there's been a departure with Matt Penny. Is there any chance of him coming back? Or are you looking at new left backs?
I think there'll be some stuff to confirm out today on that regarding Matt. There'll be a bit of interest in him. Also, we've been in contact with him. He's been great. I got on fantastic with him. He's been good for us this season. I think there'll be something out later today. If it's not to be Matty, then we'll be looking to do a bit of work and bring someone in to replace if that is the case.
Obviously, this weekend you've got Steven Hammell. Is he fit?
Yeah, Steve was struggling last week. He'll train today. We'll see how he feels today, and we'll assess that today, and we'll make a call on that later today.
Steve, looking at the game tomorrow, you're going into that's one of his favourites. Is that something that puts a bit of pressure on, or do you think that's just something the players will brush off?
Yeah, like I said before, it's that it's a game the opposition will be ready for. They'll be testing it. They'll look at it and want to do well. They'll be super motivated for it. They'll be up for the game. They'll be up for the challenge. It's about how mentally we are ready for it and bring our personality to the game. But first and foremost, that our application and our mindset is right and ready.
As has been touched on, though, a good win would really help morale, wouldn't it? Just going to give you a bit of a boost going into the league games.
Yeah, it would, no doubt about that. I mean, I think we've drew a lot of games recently where we should have probably picked up the win, but again, it's not. We'll absolutely not be underestimating how difficult a game this will be.
As being mentioned with Matt Penny, there's a bit of a complication with that one. Do you feel you're close to signing somebody else? Are you close to bringing people in?
Yeah, we're constantly looking at it. We're constantly, like I say that a lot, but we're constantly. It's a constant process. We need to be prepared. If that doesn't happen, to be prepared to act on that, and we will be.
There's a few reports about Tanzaki. Is that a player you're looking at?
Yeah, we're speaking to a lot of players, and there's some that are further down the line than others. But you know, it's until we can actually confirm it's not right for me to speak about players that are attached to other teams. I think our media department here do a very good job in letting everyone know when and if a player is confirmed and signed with us, and until that time, you know, it's very difficult for me to make comment on that.
We just spoke to Mikel Mandron, was in here a few minutes ago. How's he settled into the squad so far?
Yeah, he's been great. He's really positive person, really positive attitude to the game. He's a good player. He's fitting well with the group. Last week, he didn't even train with us. His first day was match day, so he done well. We even got on the pitch. He's been a positive influence within the group this week. He's been great. He's a good player. He's fitting well, and he'll be a good option for us for the rest of the season.
Like this weekend, it'll be the first time you come up on the dugout with Dick Campbell on the other side. You looking forward to that challenge? He's quite the character in Scottish football.
Yeah, we're speaking about him outside there. I mean, he's been in the game for decades, and you see the way he approaches it. You understand what you put up with in this job every day, and you know how tough it can be at times. But to see him and his personality and his liveliness and how he's still enthusiastic about it, you know, I've got nothing but respect for that.
Can I ask you about Paul McGinn? He obviously went to midfield last week. You know, seemed to do well. Is that something you might continue long term?
Yeah, he's a good option. He's a good player. Paul's a good player. He can play in many positions. He can play in a three. He can play in obviously full back and wing back. We felt like we needed a six in there to do, give us a little bit of protection in certain moments of the game in transition, and we felt we'd done that well. Again, it was the conditions last week were tough. It wasn't going to be a tough game, and we understood that, and we needed that solidity in the middle of the pitch, and I thought he brought that. Again, it was, thinking back on it as a game that, it wasn't our best performance at all in terms of how fluent we were in our play and stuff like that, but it was more of a battle, which was maybe consistent with what we'll see this weekend. But again, just thinking about it, it's a game, the position we got ourselves in, and Paul was a part of that. We should have seen it over the line for sure.